Picture this. You're hiking through the Canadian wilderness when you hear a commotion up ahead. Through the trees, you see something impossible. A creature the size of a medium dog has cornered a 600-pound black bear. The bear's backing away, retreating from something that could fit in your backpack. That creature? A Wolverine. And what happens next will shatter everything you think you know about the animal kingdom. But before I tell you how this impossible encounter ends, let me ask you something. What if I told you this animal's so savage, so utterly fearless, that it's been caught on camera stealing kills from grizzly bears? That it can survive being buried under an avalanche for 45 minutes? An animal whose Latin name literally means glutton because early explorers thought nothing could possibly eat that much. An animal so fierce it inspired the making of a superhero. Did you believe me? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why the Wolverine isn't just the most ferocious animal on Earth. It might just be the most indestructible creature that's ever lived. This is Jaws and Claws. You're about to meet nature's ultimate savage. Let's start with what makes this animal so special. And I'm not talking about size. At just 20 to 66 pounds, the Wolverine is smaller than most golden retrievers. But here's where it gets interesting. The Wolverine's body is essentially a biological weapon system that's been perfected over millions of years. Those claws you see, they're not just for show. Each one is a curved, razor-sharp blade that can extend and retract like it's a cat's, but with one crucial difference. A Wolverine's claws are so powerful, they can cut through frozen ground hard as concrete. Now, look at those jaws. They're packing a bite force of 224 pounds per square inch. That might not sound like much compared to a crocodile's, but here's the kicker. The Wolverine's molars are rotated 90 degrees, creating a bone-crushing machine that can shear through frozen meat like a chainsaw through butter. And that thick, luxurious coat? It's not just for staying warm. Wolverine fur is so resistant to frost buildup that it's literally used to line the hoods of parkas in the Arctic. The fur is so valued that in some cultures, it's worth more than gold. But the real secret weapon? The Wolverine's metabolism. This animal burns calories at such an extreme rate that it needs to eat 10% of its body weight every single day. That's like a 200-pound person eating 20 pounds of food daily. This isn't just hunger, it's a biological imperative that drives every savage decision this animal makes. Now, here's something that will blow your mind. Wolverines have a secret weapon that's invisible but absolutely devastating. They're scent glands. These glands produce a musk so powerful, so overwhelmingly pungent that it can be detected from over a mile away. We're talking about a smell so intense that it makes a skunk spray seem like expensive perfume. But this isn't just about marking territory, it's psychological warfare. When a Wolverine marks its kill, that scent becomes a warning sign to every predator in the area. This is mine. Approach at your own risk. Grizzly bears, animals that fear almost nothing, will actually abandon their own kills rather than face a Wolverine protecting its food. And here's the truly incredible part. That scent can preserve meat for months. The Wolverine's musk acts as a natural preservative, keeping cached food fresh in the snow for when times get tough. It's like having a biological refrigerator that also doubles as a do not enter sign. But the most shocking discovery? Scientists have found that Wolverines can detect carrion buried under 20 feet of snow. Their sense of smell is so acute that they can pinpoint a frozen carcass from 2 miles away. Imagine having a nose so powerful you could smell a hamburger from across town. That's the Wolverine's reality. Now, here's where most nature documentaries get it wrong. They'll tell you Wolverines are solitary animals that never cooperate. But recent research has uncovered something extraordinary that changes everything we thought we knew. In 2019, trail cameras in Yellowstone captured something unprecedented. 3 Wolverines working together to bring down an elk calf. Not competing for the same kill, actively cooperating. One Wolverine distracted the calf while the other 2 attacked from behind. It was coordinated, strategic, and absolutely lethal. This challenges everything we thought we knew about Wolverine behavior. These animals aren't just mindless savages. They're intelligent enough to form temporary alliances when the payoff is big enough. But here's the really fascinating part. After the kill, they didn't fight over the food. They actually shared it, taking turns feeding in a way that suggested clear hierarchies and social understanding. Scientists are now questioning whether Wolverines might be far more social than we ever imagined. Some researchers believe we're witnessing the evolution of pack behavior in real time, a species adapting its hunting strategies to take down increasingly large prey. So what could possibly threaten an animal this indestructible? The answer might surprise you. It's not what you'd expect. Wolves? Wolverines steal their kills regularly. Bears? They avoid confrontation. Humans? Wolverines are so elusive that most people will never see one in the wild. The Wolverine's deadliest enemy is actually other Wolverines. Male Wolverines will fight to the death over territory. These battles can last for hours, with both animals inflicting wounds that would kill most other creatures. The winner takes all: territory, food sources, mating rights. The loser often dies from blood loss or infection. But even more shocking, female Wolverines have been observed killing and eating their own young during harsh winters. It's not cruelty, it's survival mathematics. In a world where resources are scarce, sometimes sacrificing one kid ensures the survival of the others. This isn't just nature being brutal, it's evolution creating the perfect predator. Every Wolverine alive today is the descendant of animals that made these impossible choices and survived. Here's something that reveals the Wolverine's true nature. They're not just fierce hunters, they're strategic territorial masterminds. A single male Wolverine can control territory spanning up to 580 square miles. To put that in perspective, that's larger than the entire city of Los Angeles. And they patrol every inch of it, marking boundaries with their powerful scent glands and defending against intruders with lethal precision. Even more incredible, Wolverines remember the exact location of every food cache they've made. Scientists tracking Wolverines have watched them return to meat they buried months earlier, navigating directly to spots they marked in completely different seasons. It's like having a GPS system built into their brain. Now, let me tell you about the Wolverine's most terrifying ability, something scientists call berserker mode. When a Wolverine is cornered or protecting its young, something extraordinary happens. Its heart rate spikes to over 300 beats per minute. Its body floods with adrenaline and endorphins. Pain receptors essentially shut down. In this state, a Wolverine can continue fighting even with injuries that would incapacitate other animals. There are documented cases of Wolverines continuing to attack after suffering broken bones, deep lacerations, and even partial blindness. One Wolverine in Alaska was found with its skull cracked open by a bear's claws, but it had managed to drive the bear away and survive for 3 more days before finally succumbing to its injuries. This isn't just toughness, it's a biological mechanism that essentially turns the Wolverine into a living weapon. When activated, the Wolverine feels no pain, shows no fear, and demonstrates strength that defy physics. But here's what makes this even more incredible. Scientists believe this berserker mode can be triggered not just by danger, but by the scent of a particularly large food source. The Wolverine's body literally prepares for battle whenever it smells opportunity. Want to know something that will blow your mind? The Wolverine might be the most understudied large predator on Earth. Why? Because they're so elusive, so remote, so dangerous to study that most of what we know about them comes from indirect evidence. There are estimated to be fewer than 300 Wolverines in the lower 48 United States. In Alaska and Canada, populations are healthier, but even there, seeing a Wolverine is considered a once-in-a-lifetime experience for most wildlife biologists. This means that every Wolverine study is precious, every piece of data is hard-won, every discovery changes our understanding of these animals. The Wolverine you learned about at the beginning of this video, the one that challenged the black bear, that encounter was captured on a remote trail camera and represents one of fewer than 50 documented Wolverine-bear interactions ever recorded. We're essentially studying a ghost that happens to be one of the most powerful predators on the planet. So let me bring you back to that impossible scene I described at the beginning. The Wolverine facing down the black bear. What do you think happened? The bear walked away. A 600-pound apex predator backed down from a 35-pound Wolverine. Not because it was afraid of getting hurt. Bears have thick hide and powerful claws, but because it had learned what every predator in the north knows: fighting a Wolverine is never worth it. Even if you win, you lose. The Wolverine will make you pay such a price for victory that you'll never want to fight one again. It's better to find food elsewhere than to risk everything against an animal that literally doesn't know how to quit. You've just witnessed the power of evolution's perfect predator, an animal so tough, so relentless, so utterly fearless that it's earned the respect of every creature that shares its frozen world. This is Jaws and Claws, where nature's most incredible predators come to life. If this Wolverine breakdown blew your mind, smash that subscribe button. Drop a claw emoji in the comments and let me know what other apex predator should we unleash next. Until next time, remember, in the wilderness, size doesn't matter. Attitude does. Nobody has more attitude than the Wolverine. Stay wild, stay curious, and never underestimate the power of pure, unfiltered ferocity.